Hi, my name is Rishi Glossy. I'm speaking from Mississauga, Ontario, Canada. My birth date is April 9th, 1987. I was born in Mulchand Hospital, Delhi. I studied 1 year in McGill and a few years at Nottingham, coincidingly with doing a law degree at the University of London International Programs, for which I sent proof of my medical student card and my law student card. I've reported this partial interruption of communication. There have been no reported crimes to Canadian authorities. I've provided a voice recording to that effect. The officer doesn't state his name, obviously, but I'm sure you can understand by him simply stating it that proof of the cybercrimes being committed from my own email accounts as well as on my phone accounts, which I've provided documentation for as well, it should substantiate that I'm a victim of the cybercrimes of these individuals, as opposed to actually committing the crimes. And even verification of my name, my identity, my location, which I've given proof from in whatever manner possible any ordinary person would be expected to be given. Government documentation, voice, a video of my immediate family being at home. Perhaps it was nighttime there and it was a bit dark for you. But I've decided to re-record it during the day so that you could see the street address. You could see my home, my current location. My the way I can actually describe the date for example, is perhaps searching on Google. So if I go onto Google and I click date, time, it should give me the current time of the current location. That's being 4:01 p.m. Mississauga, Ontario, with my current postal code, which coincides with the fact that I've provided, for example, IP addresses tracing to my location, screenshot my photo, phone bills, whatnot. If Dr. Tavares and Miss Christina Alberson had actually reached my families and had them with them, then they would be able to verify my identity, verify my location, verify my voice, my video, which isn't even necessary, to be honest, because the amount of proof I provided of me being me is more than what any ordinary person would be expected to give in such circumstances. Um, the complaint I have sent against the federal government of India is from me, and it accuses Prime Minister Modi, President Mukherjee, and Home Minister Rajnath Singh of being involved in these crimes. Um, these individuals have confirmed connections, obviously, to the former president of BJP, who was very well connected to Prime Minister Modi. In fact, I believe mentor to Prime Minister Modi. Um, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, based on the messages I've sent you over the course of weeks prior to the Interpol General Assembly, um, has everything in it that I have stated to Interpol, to the UN Secretary General, to all the authorities I email. I provided proof that people are using my email accounts, that my IPs on my email accounts trace to various locations in British Columbia. They also trace to Rogers, Canada. Similar to when I traced the numbers of these individuals, they went to the various phone carriers in India, such as BSNL in Chennai, a Vodafone shop in Chennai, um, some place next to the city of, or village or city or town of Dharampuram. Um, what else? There's a lot of the WhatsApp images of these individuals are quite bogus photos, but they are numbers belonging to them, which I substantiated as well, belonging to their businesses, belonging to their personal numbers. I provided proof of them, differentiating between, for example, girls of Rashi's sister-in-law versus Rashi, or provided proof of having pictures of these individuals with myself, with Rashi, proof of Arjun Kapoor, provided previous proof of who he is and the level of corruption they've exercised in Delhi. For example, having personal relations to Commissioner Vasi, been involved in the Indian coal allocation scam, which was an illicit gain of $30 billion for the perpetrators, which involved Manmohan Singh, Attorney General and Minister of Law. There's been no form of communication, whether it be fax or email, or phone call to Canadian authorities. In fact, when I made my initial complaint, local authorities and RCMP even called India, and Rashi's mother made false allegations for which I provided evidence from contrasting audio conversations between the father and mother. They alleged me of extortion, then again admitting to conspiracy to murder, admitting to intent to murder, admitting to motive to murder. Not just myself, with crime report numbers from England, such as High Wycombe, England, where police actually heard these voice recordings, threatened to kill my family upon coming to India. They have blocked access on numerous occasions to my relatives, such as my 17-year-old cousin. Blocked a phone call on one occasion. They intercept my phone calls, that too including on my mobile, which the Central Monitoring System of India allows. Since November 2013, I've actually confirmed that this is the Central Monitoring System by testing out the various features, for example, testing out various locations, testing out new email accounts without personal identification information, calling from places such as Square One Mall, which is down the road from my house, and hearing the same voice from the Hudson's Bay landline, for which I used a calling card, a payphone for which I used a calling card, people who cannot tell me what authority they work for, people who tell me they are businessmen outside a Walmart location on close to Dixie and Dundas, I believe. Yeah. So I'm going to take a walk through my street. Obviously, you've seen the time. I'll show you the street address, the house number, and my current location, to prove I'm currently residing here. In fact, if I had emailed all these world authorities such a serious set of crimes by such high-profile individuals, and stated that no authority in Canada has any reported crimes, then I would actually be in jail for harassing the UN Security Council or the highest authorities in the world, such as Interpol and FBI. I mean, these crimes do exist. They've happened before. Caller ID spoofing, GPS spoofing. I mean, I don't think there's been record of malicious GPS spoofing attack, which is what I'm claiming in this scenario. Call monitoring, call mirroring. These are all things which are reflected in call centers. Instead of having one number to 30 people, there's every instituted virus network to a set of group of people, which are Indian nationals. And in some way, they're able to divert specific sets of phone calls and electronic communication at their discretion. And I've proven this from faxes and researched it. Just from basic things. I mean, one thing led to another, so I kept discovering things. Over the course of about 11 months, I discovered most of their cyber crimes. I mean, one individual will impersonate another officer, I've given voice recordings, so obviously they're less prone to actually impersonating as something else. A voice recording of an officer in South India by the name of Commissioner Viswanathan, who impersonates as, I believe, Manu Kapoor, proving that he's using the same software to divert calls, and so is Manu Kapoor. Therefore, both confirmed. A voice recording sounding like Commissioner Basse, again, not going to jail. I mean, the only thing in question is it was a prank call. But I've confirmed my identity, and clearly it was not a prank call because I'm claiming the crimes on him. I mean, I've never met the individual, never spoken to him, don't know him at all. I mean, the only thing I know about him is his corruption background or his level of protection racketeering in Delhi, or the fact that he's aware of certain things which happen in Delhi which he turns a blind eye to because of systematic corruption. Obviously, very heavily connected individual to politics. I mean, it strikes me as very odd as the very things I state, the vocabulary that I use, is expressed by someone as high stature as the Prime Minister of India. I mean, a lot of the things that I wanted done in India, I mean, there was this toilets issue for sanitary issue, hygiene, obviously, for, I think it was schools or something of the sort. It was well back, and he had that amended. He had a few things amended. For example, I stated that Commissioner Bossy was discriminatory, gender bias, gender discrimination against women, particularly because of his involvement in this case. Following that, he upbeat the level of so-called protection for women in Delhi. So everything I have actually stated, these people have covered their backs on. This has not just happened now, it's happened over the course of perhaps August or July 2013, but I'm counting the date of September 17th from when I started initially sending complaints to Mumbai police as formal complaints. The 2 months prior, where I sent it to Coimbatore police, never ever had any effect. I mean, the Khemka family, Rashi's uncles in Chennai, have significant investment into Coimbatore. I mean, it was the site of their first major solar power plant. And apparently there was one article stating that they've had 50 billion rupees invested in Coimbatore, which I don't know how it's possible. Things I've stated, like the registered office is in Coimbatore. They changed on their website to being in Chennai. I don't know if that's legally true. I stated that they had 1,500 acres of land, no, 1,300 acres of land. And a lot of these people, like I've proven Arjun Kapoor connected to these individuals, have obviously been involved in forms of land grabbing, which is obviously prominent in Tamil Nadu. I mean, even Jayalalitha was caught in the same acts. The reason I know they're connected to Jayalalitha is because my family itself has intermediary connections to Jayalalitha. Yeah, so I'll take a walk through the street and show you the street address. I'll try to find news, perhaps, another time, instead of a computer. Mom? Mom? How do you work this TV? How do you work this TV? Channel पे कैसे डालूं?
English देखना?
No, I just want to see the news.
LT4.
Okay, and then this remote control.
Then I think वो बात करके देखो.
This remote control.
मैं भी भूल जाती हूँ. I think that same one.
But
First you do the input.
yeah, input,
Yeah.
and then
Press it.
yeah.
And enter middle.
Okay, so this is Indian news.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, now how do I go to? What do I do? Guide, info.
Change the channel.
Let's see, time or anything. How do I English news channel? Okay.
इसमें ही चैनल नहीं आते 24 करेगा आएगा नहीं टाइम लगता मैं भी तुक्का लगाती हूँ हो जाता है
Wait, I think I got it. Is there like a BBC channel or something? Mom, isn't there like...
No,
Okay, NDTV News.
it's a Indian.
Isn't there anything with a date?
Wait. 84.
Mom, leave it. What are you doing?
84.
Yeah, I've got the satellite on.
Okay.
So I'm trying to put the news on. Why did you...
Okay, sorry. I was trying to help you.
Mom!
बदतमीजी नहीं कर.
मैं वो जो है ना, वो जो केस की चीज है ना, उसका डेट बना रहा मेरे लोकेशन, क्योंकि आइडेंटिटी थेफ्ट है ना, कोई मेरा नाम यूज कर रहा है ना, सो आई एम प्रूविंग आई एम हियर, क्योंकि कोई आई थिंक अर्जुन मेरा नाम इंडिया में यूज कर रहा है, इंग्लैंड में. आई एम शोइंग माय एड्रेस. Obviously, you can search my license plate, which should be obviously registered. 2518, which is my house number. I'll show you the street hours as well. My dad's obviously at work. It's 4 in the afternoon on a Monday. Comes home around 7 o'clock. My brother's gone back to England because his work visa came. But obviously you saw him in the picture last time. I mean, you shouldn't be contacting him when you don't know his voice. Nor my father. In fact, since my father lives at home, you could speak to myself directly. Or hear my mother's voice over the phone. I mean, I was willing to come on camera even. Basically, this is my street title. Rugby Road. So I do authentically live here. I don't know what basis these individuals are. Well, I don't know what they're stating effectively in India, but I'm not getting any calls for any reason. So the one thing you might be querying is how I communicate these messages. I mean, they've been consistent with what's happening. They've told me things which are happened before. I'm communicated them. Like I either speak to my phone or I type things which are confirmed. I research things, and they're confirmed in the form of Morse code. There's no direct communication between me and anyone else, or me and any authority. In fact, no authorities have ever been able to contact me. I mean, taking calls of individuals, like, it's possible if you combine these set of cyber crimes. But yeah, basically, that's my address, my location. I'm just trying to get the time down on the news channel before my phone battery dies. Mom, where are you? Okay, what's my name? My full name.
Rishi Gulati,
And your name?
Rita Gulati.
And do you think I'm committing any sort of crime? Cyber crime? No, right?
No.
How do I do this? Sorry, I don't ever use the TV. Mom, how do I turn on the TV?
बेटे मैं 2 मिनट में खुद करके दिखाती हूँ. मैं भी तुक्का लगाती हूँ, हो जाता है बेटे. मेरे को भी इतना नॉलेज नहीं है, अपने आप हो जाता है. कभी होता है, कभी नहीं हो जाता. मेरे से भी ऐसे ही है.
Isn't there cable?
मैं 1 मिनट करके दिखाती हूँ.
Wait. You put a cable box. One sec, let me try this. Oh, cable box. Wait, this might be good. No. Isn't there anything that works, Mom?
Okay, can you just move it?
Okay, Harry, do it, please.
Just move from here.
Oh, Mom, I've also explained to you that the messages I've been sending as emails, the Home Minister of India has been stating exact same things that I write. Right? Oh, and I have no mental problems or anything, right?
Who said?
Well, Rashi's mom said. She accused me of doing hacking.
Maybe she heard. She's depressed.
Mom, can you turn it on, please? Okay, now put on like a news channel. Like, I need something with the date on it. मुझे कुछ डेट के साथ चाहिए.
Asking.
Cable box पे था. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I need news channel. Okay, anyways, it says the
Yeah.
time anyway.
Press channel from here. Press channel from here. Like 24 or something. Do whatever channel you say 24.
No, I need.
No, not up down. Just press it 24. Number. Use the number.
How do I do this?
No. Oh, give it to me.
Mom,
But then press 24.
24 की press करो.
तो
मैं
इंग्लिश चैनल शुरू हो जाएंगे बेटा.
वो तो हिंदी आ रहा था.
Okay, give it to me. स्क्रीन पे आएगा.
कि वैसे भी time आ रहा है 4:24.
हाँ.
That's fine. I think it should be fine. What's the date today?
Is
10th November, right? And what's the time?
Time is 4:30.
4:30. Okay, that should be fine. You stating it should be enough. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna send that to you. Oh, one more thing, Mom. Have Dad or Shivang or anyone in India, any of our relatives, heard anything from Indian government? No, right?
No, no,
No form of contact,
no, no.
right? And you've spoken to Rosie Masi and Nita Masi and Dolly Masi, yeah?
Yeah.
So all three families. Okay.